morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Anastha Acharya. The top stories first. UML concludes ward convention elections in flood hit district to be held within a week. NC leader Paudel rules out possibility of early election, asserts the coalition government will complete its remaining term. Nepal Bar Association denies demanding resignation of Chief Justice, says its pleas for reforms have fallen in deaf ears. Turkey expels foreign envoys amid demand to release an activist, wants the diplomats not to give order in internal matters. And Chelsea beat Norwich City to a 7-0 victory, Mason Mount hat-tricks as Premier League leaders cruise to win. And now the news in detail. The main opposition party, CPN-UML, has conducted its ward-level convention simultaneously in around 6,000 wards across the country. The convention that kicked off on Saturday morning in a run-up to 10th National Convention scheduled to be held towards the end of November this year concluded the same day. According to CPN-UML Office Secretary Sher Bahadur Tamang, ward convention could not be held in some wards due to recent landslides and floods. Tamang confirmed that the party has conducted preliminary review of the ward-level conventions held in around 6,000 wards. Each ward committee has 31-member committee, including one chairperson, one vice, a secretary and a joint secretaries, among others. There is 33% reservation for women. There are a total of 6,743 wards across the country. The ward convention in the natural disaster hit districts and wards will be conducted within a week, said Tamang. The ward-level convention was virtually inaugurated by the party chair KP Sharma Oli at the party's central office in Thapathali, Kathmandu. Senior leader of the ruling Nepali Congress Ramchandra Paudel claimed that the incumbent government would complete its remaining term of 5 years, stating that they knocked the doors of the court to save the constitution after the untimely dissolution of the House of Representatives. Leader Paudel said the court verdict prolonged the term of the parliament. He added that the government must complete its remaining term to safeguard the constitution. Ruling out any possibility for the government to go for early elections, he clarified that it would go for polls only after completing its full term. Going for early election is against the constitution, he reasoned at a press conference at Geta Airport in Thangadi. He chose to remain silent regarding the MCC project, arguing that he is no longer a parliamentarian at present and the parliament has right to endorse it. He also extended sorrow over the loss of lives and properties in recent floods and landslides in Sudur Paschim province and demanded relief immediately to the victims. Nepal Bar Association has clarified that it has not held any discussions demanding resignation of Chief Justice Cholendra Samser Rana. Chairman of the Nepal Bar Association, Chandeswar Shrestha, retired that the bar did not discuss anything related to the resignation of the Chief Justice. As far as the resignation of the Chief Justice demanded by the former judges forum is concerned, Chairman Shrestha said that they have not been formally informed about it. Speaking at the interaction, the capital yesterday, Shrestha said that it is for the Chief Justice to decide about the resignation demanded by the forum.
हिजोको अनुभव समेतको आधारमा उहाँहरूले आफ्नो विचारहरू दिनुभएको छ। त्यो विचार अनुसार त्यसको अवलम्बन गर्ने या नगर्ने भन्ने जसप्रति इङ्गित गरेर त्यो वक्तव्य आएको छ, उहाँले सोच्नुपर्ने हो।
He argued that the judiciary is facing the consequence of appointing judges on the basis of political quota. He added that the bar has been drawing the attention of the concerned bodies regarding reforms in the judiciary, but their pleas have fallen in deaf ears. He reminded that the bar has been suggesting an end to the role of middlemen in courts. 2 persons have been injured in a bomb blast in Surkhet yesterday. A bomb had exploded in Katkua Community Forest in Birendra at around quarter to 11 yesterday morning. 2 people who had gone to the forest to collect fodder have been injured in the blast. The injured have been identified as 21-year-old Leela Nepali of Tailek and her 14-year-old brother Naresh Pariyar. The injured are receiving treatment in Surkhet Hospital. According to the hospital, one of them is in serious condition. DSP Ram Prasad Kartik said that they are currently investigating the cause of the blast. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The government yesterday confirmed 438 new cases of coronavirus across the country. Following the latest round of tests, the total cases of coronavirus in the country have climbed to 808,534, while the number of active cases has dropped to 10,559. The death toll from coronavirus has climbed to 11,345 after the virus claimed 8 more lives yesterday. Nepal is currently among top 44 countries that have been most affected by the pandemic. The USA tops the list with over 46.29 million confirmed cases, followed by India with over 34.17 million cases. Coronavirus has infected more than 244.10 million people across the world and claimed over 4.95 million lives. Garbage has not been collected from the main areas of Kathmandu Valley for a long time. However, the Kathmandu metropolitan city says that the problem has arisen because the Banjari Dada landfill site has not been handed over to them. A report. This is the view of Baneshwar, the heart of Kathmandu. The garbage here has not been collected for a long time. Not only in Baneshwar, but also in Teku, Sankhamul and Asan, garbage has not been collected for a long time.
फोहोरको कारणले धेरै एक्सिडेन्टहरु पनि भइसक्यो बाटोमा जहाँ पाए त्यो रोडमा ल्याएर फोहोर फ्याक्दिने के यहाँको मान्छेहरुले अनि फोहोर व्यवस्थापन नगरेको भएर धेरै चोटी एक्सिडेन्ट पनि भइसक्यो रोडमा फोहोरहरु गनाएर हिँड्नै गाह्रो होला जस्तो हुने के रोगै लाग्ला जस्तो हुन्छ.
Another reason for the delay in garbage collection is said to be continuous rainfall. Due to floods and landslides, garbage trucks are not able to carry garbage to the dumping site. The Kathmandu metropolitan city has said that the city will be clean in a week or two.
अब चाहिँ के भने जसो तसो भए पनि दशैं अगाडिसम्म त हामी त्यहाँ म्यानेज गर्छौं नै र बिस्तारै यो फोहोर चाहिँ पानी परेको कारणले मात्र हो. 1-2 दिन घाम लाग्यो भने चाहिँ यो चाहिँ हप्ता दिनमा क्लियर हुन्छ.
The west of Kathmandu Valley was supposed to be dumped in Sistol for 3 years. However, it has been almost 16 years since Sistol started waste management. An alternative to Sistol is the Banjari Dada landfill site. According to Iswarman Dangol, head of the Kathmandu metropolitan city, the problem has arisen because of the Banjari Dada landfill site has not been handed over to the metropolis even though the construction has been completed.
हामीले बन्चरे डाँडामा चाहिँ हामी जान सक्यौं र बन्चरे डाँडामा गयौं भने यी तमाम समस्याहरू फोहोरका समस्याहरू समाधान हुन्छ र यो चाहिँ के भन्दा अब चाहिँ छिट्टै नै नेपाल सरकारको तर्फबाट महानगरले त्यो ठाउँ हस्तान्तरण गरिदियो भने अहिलेका चाहिँ जुन समस्या आएको चाहिँ सबै कुराहरू समाधान चाहिँ हुन्छ. त्यसकारण त्यो तयारीका साथ चाहिँ हामी अगाडि बढिरहेछौं.
The environment has been polluted due to the delay in waste management. At the same time, the health of the locals has also been negatively affected. Therefore, the Kathmandu metropolitan city needs to be more responsible for waste management in the Kathmandu Valley. And now the news from economic front. Many domestic tourists visiting Mugu district on the occasion of Dasai festival have been stranded as flights to Ind from the district have been suspended due to the rain since October 18. Roadway in the district is troublesome and tedious, and many roads in the district have now been damaged due to flooding and landslide, thus bringing transportation to a complete halt. To make the matter worse, the Department of Hydrology and Meteorology has predicted bad weather from Saturday, which means the probability to suspend flights. More than 100 passengers have been reportedly stranded at the airports. Problems have been taken place due to suspension of flights since a week due to rain, said the airport chief Bisal Barun. Nepal Airline Corporation, Summit Air, Tara Air and Sita Air has been operating flights to the district. Chief District Officer Ram Mahat said that a letter has been sent to the concerned authorities and aviation service providers to rescue the stranded people. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back. Now the international news. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has ordered 10 ambassadors, including those from the US, Germany and France, be declared persona non grata. It follows a statement from the envoys calling for the urgent release of activist Osman Kavala. He has been in jail for more than 4 years over protests and a coup attempt, although he has not been convicted. Persona non grata can remove diplomatic status and often result in expulsion or withdrawal of recognition of envoys. The Council of Europe, Europe's main human rights watchdog, has given Turkey a final warning to head a European Court of Human Rights ruling to free Kavala pending trial. Addressing a crowd on Saturday, Erdogan said the ambassadors cannot dare to come to the Turkish foreign ministry and gave orders. Erdogan said that the envoys should either understand Turkey or leave. Turkish media reported there has been little response from the ambassadors so far, although the German foreign ministry said the nations involved were the intensive consultations. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Chelsea ensured they will stay at the top of the Premier League for another week as Mason Mount's hat-trick inspired Thomas Tuchel's side to a thumping 7-0 victory over bottom side Norwich at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea had injury problems heading into the game, with Romelu Lukaku and Timo Werner both missing. But despite the star-name absentees, the gulf in class between the two sides was there for all to see from the very first whistle as Chelsea reached out to the blocks to take an early advantage through Mount. The Blues were hardly tested at the back, and the goals continued to flow at the other end as Callum Hudson-Odoi and Reece James sent them in at the break, 3 goals to the good. Helpless Norwich woes continue after the break as Ben Chilwell continued his fine scoring run before Max Aaron's own goal continued a torrid afternoon for Daniel Farke's side, who also had been Gibson sent off in the second half. Zlatan Ibrahimovic scored as both in as AC Milan beat 9-man Bologna in a thriller to go top of Serie A. Rafael Leao notched the opener from Ibrahimovic's ball, and Bologna had Adam Somaro sent off before David Calabria drove home Milan's second. Ibrahimovic headed a corner into his own net, then Musa Barrow levelled. Roberto Soriano was sent off for a dangerous fall, and Bologna almost held out before Ismail Benacer and Ibrahimovic scored from 20 yards. Milan, who have won their past 5 league games, moved 1 point above Napoli, who travelled to Jose Mourinho's Rome in Sunday. Ibrahimovic's own goal was only second he has scored in a league game in his career, after another one for Milan in a 3-1 home win over Chievo in 2010. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. UML concludes war convention, elections in flood-hit district to be held within a week. ANC leader Powder rules out possibility of early election, asserts the coalition government will complete its remaining term. Nepal Bar Association denies demanding resignation of Chief Justice, says its pleas for reforms have fallen in deaf ears. Turkey expels foreign envoys amid demand to release an activist, wants the diplomats not to give order in internal matters. And Chelsea beat Norwich City to a 7-0 victory. Mason Mount hat-tricks as Premier League leaders cruise to win. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.